Okay, just testing. We are live right now. I'll just quickly mess around with the settings so you can hear me properly. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to this special live stream where I build my own Vicarstown Route. This is going to be a first for me, since I've never done one of these like live building stream type videos, so hopefully this does well. I might consider doing more in the future, but for now this is kind of a test, so we're just gonna see how this goes. So this right here is version 3 of my Vicarstown Route. The first time I did this, the first one I did was back in 2023, and then I slightly edited in 2024, which is going to be which is being used for my free railway engines adaptation, and now this is version 3 of the route. So what I essentially am doing for version 3 is just starting all over and redoing the yard, redoing the sheds, and adding extra bit of details. So before I carry on with building the roads, let me just give you a quick tour of the route itself. So this is the station. Now for each of the sets, each of the bits here, it is taken from every like era of Thomas. So there's a little bit of railway series elements, there's a little bit of the TV series, and there's a little bit of the CGI series in there. So I kind of for the station, I did basically half and half. So half of it is from the railway series, and half of it is from the CGI series. Mainly this section here. This section is based on the Vicarstown yard from the CGI series. I tried to replicate it as best as I can. I think there's more bits somewhere here. I might have to fill that out later, but yeah, I think I got it as close as I can. Now this bit here, this is from based on the illustration from Off the Rails, where Henry passes by Gordon in the beginning of the story. Now there's a little bit of the railway series bit here with like the lamppost is where like Thomas is shunting the trucks. So yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know in the books Henry passes by here and, well, he passes by here and then just passes by Gordon and will just go straight on, but for my interpretation, the yard ends here, the lines ends here, because well, this is like kind of like a hybrid in a sense. Just, you know, taking each element and mixing them together. As you can see here, this is the town. The town's just right up here. Let me just make that a bit longer. That's it. Okay. So this is part of the town, which is also seen in Off the Rails, the illustrations. So I thought it'd be a cool idea just to have like Vicarstown in the middle of like a big city or town, since we never saw what it's also kind of like my interpretation of what Vicarstown would look like if it was in the TV series, since we never did got to see Vicarstown in the TV series. It was just mainly in just Knapford, Titmouth, and Wellsworth, all the big stations, all that like that. So yeah. Let's see. Just gonna find this. Right, we'll come back to finishing off the... We'll come back to the town, so I might as well carry on exploring, shall we? Now, this is the sheds. This is the Vicarstown sheds. Now, before you say anything, I know technically it's been stated in the production details, or in some cases the Wikipedia pages, it's stated to be Knapford. This is Knapford Sheds, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it better as Vicarstown Sheds, cause since that's what it's always been interpreted as. So, yeah, whatever. And I guess for years people have always assumed it as Vicarstown Sheds. So, yeah, This is Vicarstown Sheds in my take. So, yeah, whatever. So this is where we got the pond here. This is where Gordon falls into the ditch. And this is like where a little bit of a shunting yards is. It's a little bit based off Edward's Day Out, where like the coach yard is in that one illustration. But I thought it'd be a cool idea if it was in this yard where Vicarstown Sheds is. So I thought I'd put buildings here. Got all that. I think there was like some coal bunks right here, according to like the photos I've seen off the TV series. I could be wrong, so yeah. So another street lights around here, right here, right there. That's right about it. Yep. So there we go. And as we move over from here, if we go into the sidings right here, if we go to this junction, here we have is the old Vicarstown Sheds. Now this is based off the illustrations from the 3 railway engines. Now, in my own headcanon take, this is where the engines used to sleep at and rest at before they build the Vicarstown Sheds you see right over here. I thought it'd be like a little neat thing, like in the early days of the Northwestern Railway. They built these sheds here, but once they build these sheds here with a turntable added in, the sheds over here became unused and just been discarded. So one point here right now, it's just a bunch of shrubbery and bits and pieces all over the area, so it makes it look like it's been abandoned for a very, very long time. So yeah, I just thought that'd be quite a neat thing to do. So over here, there's the little town as seen in like the illustrations of the 3 railway engines. There's gotta be more buildings here as I'm trying to get as close to the illustrations as I possibly can. And then there's the hill over there. And over here's a bit of like a little steep, well, a big hole or something like that. I forgot. It's just gonna be rocks there. And let's just go back to the station here. Now over here is the town. There's just a bunch of bits here. There's a playground, some shopping malls. This is I don't know. I also put in back on. This is like a big arcade area, which I put, as I remember, in the in my old version 1. I put Schema there because you know as it's been shown in the old Shining Time Station that Schema loves his arcades. Really does. In fact, let's put him in there. Let's put Schema right there. There he is. He loves his nickels, doesn't he? Come down to Schemer's Arcade. You'll really love it. Right, now put them back over here. Maybe maybe beside the arcade. I don't know. I might change it later on, but yeah, we'll put him just right over there. Right. Oops, I've just hit the mic. I've hit the mic. Now, over here, we pass the yard through this little bridge. There's some bits and pieces, some shrubs there. Oh, I've just moved it. Oh, alright, fixed it. Now over here, this line, we cross over a river, and it goes over to where the bridge goes, as it's seen in the CGI series. Now over here is a little bit of a mini harbour. Now I don't know if Vicarstown did have a harbour, but I think there was one illustration from in the later Christopher Audrey books. I think by illustrator Clive Spong, if I'm correct, that there was a little bit of more town or buildings in the back near the sea. So I think I think in my interpretation this is going to be a small harbour. So with some cranes, big Mickeys working over there, and there's some buildings that's going to be here. I'm going to add another road over here, so we're just going to do that now. We're going to add this is going to be another road here. That's right. Gonna add. It's gonna go. No, that's okay. Just gotta fix that. I've been working on the railway all the livelong day. Right, we fixed that. So we just add a bit of bits over here. Okay. So we're just gonna delete this bit. Probably just move it around here. Go. Should do it. Just gonna adjust this. Nope. Nope, it's not big enough, so I might have to fix that. Longer. I think this will be long enough. So. Yep. Oh. Okay. If we just move it a bit. Come on. Come on, no! Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, just gonna fix that. There we go. Right. Just move it a bit and there we go. Oops. There we go. Yep. Fix that. There we go. Just quickly adjust it a bit. Alright, there we are. Another extra road to this mini harbour. Right, so then we just move the road this way. Yeah, that way. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, we'll come back to that later. Yeah. See if we can add more bits and pieces around this area. We could just find crates. Right. Got boxes on here. Oh, they're quite big crates. Oh, what size are these? You know, before I, I might as well say something before I make the stream dead silent. I'd say the 80th anniversary seems to be going well for people, like the Down the Mine pilot. But man, I honestly never thought we see the day, or like the pilot being shown at all. Like, that's a wild thing, because that was just a test to only be shown to like members of the crew and like the publishers, to see how well Thomas would look like. And then years later, after being stored away in like shells for I don't know for how many years, there it is on YouTube for free. And last time I checked, it's got like 500k views, which is pretty a big number, so it has done pretty well for itself. And I'm very curious to see what else it has installed for the 80th anniversary. I'm very curious to see how Mattel carries on for the 80th anniversary. I still don't know if Chris's books will be republished for this year. It'll probably just be Wilbert's again, but I really would like to see Chris's books get published, just because I know some people don't think his books are that great, but I think it's still worth to be republished, because these stories can they have good story. There's some good stories out there. And I do think and half the time some of his stories, like, it's not his fault, since the publishers did want him to make more Thomas stories. Like, no matter what he idea, the publisher's like, no, we want more Thomas. We don't want this Barry, the steam engine book idea you've had, Chris. We just want Thomas. So in some way you do feel bad for him, but I still think his books should at least get published in, like, cleaned up and remastered, like the illustrations rescanned and all that. It would be nice. I think I should do up some of the textures, get paint going. I've also added a beach to the routes because I remember in the tenders and turntables, it was set like the turntable was like close to the sea, and yeah, like it was like the turntable and like all like how the sheds and all were like very close to the sea. So I thought like it would be a good idea if I make Vicarstown like a bit close to the sea. So like you also have the village, you have the town here. So I guess and there's a road going down to like a little where the beach is. There's like a little cafe added here, some chairs, and then like a little like some huts and like a little like beach volleyball area. So yeah. I will get back to probably the beach eventually, so I'm just doing this for now. Make that more here. I've heard there's like been like news floating around about what Mattel has next for Thomas. Like after All Engines Go ending, like they have something else they haven't planned for. Not sure what, but I'm a little curious to see how that would go and like how that would look like. So, sorry, just a bit cough there. Maybe just put over here. That should do it fine. And a little ballast around the area. Ballast. I've also added some like little billboards on like both sides, since that would be like a neat thing. You know, because usually railways, as far as I know, have like a lot of billboards plastered on like a lot of stations, so it'd be nice to have since oh, and a little Easter egg I've put in my previous version. I'm also adding it here. We have the TARDIS from Doctor Who, or in some cases you think it's just like, oh, it's just a police box, but no, it's the TARDIS from Doctor Who. I'm also gonna add see if I can add this on like right in front of the station. I might change it later on, depending on how I like feel about it. So I'm just gonna add this on front of the station. I've been curious to see how that would look like in front of like right here. So here we are. The North Western Railway, really reliable and right on time. Signed head of the railway, Sir Topham Hatt, aka the Fat Controller. Oh, I think I just moved it. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's add more little slates over here. A little bit over there. Let's add more little shrubs around the area. Nope, didn't mean to do that. There we go. I am considering like maybe like my previous version where I had two versions of the route, one pre 1930s and post 30s, because in my version 2 I got rid of this I got rid of the sheds here and just put like a normal yard with a turntable. So I might do that eventually, but not right now. Let's go to grass over here. I think I'm allergic to grass, Lily. Let's get some grass. More grass. We need more grass. We're gonna color this area. See, I could put more scrap over here. Let's see here. Scrap building. No. No. I could put it over here. We can put it over here. Actually, no, let's put it quite over. A little bit over here. Let's go over here. I don't know, it doesn't look right. I'll get rid of it. I think I'll put more cottages around the area. Such cottage houses. Go. Hospital. How's my day going? Good, thanks. Alright, there we go. I don't really got a lot of headcanons for Thomas, aside from like my own like interpretation of Vicarstown, right, as I'm doing right here. But not one I can think of off the top of my head. No. The only one I can think of is like if Lady were to exist in the Thomas universe without the Magic Railroad stuff. If they were to do, if in my canon, I think Lady was probably just like, an engine and like a freelance design trying to escape the mainland to Sodor to save, and then just hide his signing for years and years. But that's more of like a what if story rather than my own head canon. So I don't know. I can't think of any much my own head canons off the top of my head. No. Oh. I can't tell if this is supposed to be the back or the front. So, yeah, I think we'll put the back. We'll just put it here. Right, we'll just get some trees going somewhere. Right, I think I'm going to add a few more trees around here. And I think I just might end the stream at that, since I was going for probably like half an hour of the stream. Let's put it over here. There's so much trees. Trees are everywhere. Henry likes trees. Nope. Okay, one more over here. Right. A bit more over here. Right. I think that will do it for now. Right. Right. I think that should be all for now. I think I'm probably just gonna end the stream here, since I was probably just gonna do this for probably half an hour. And and once again, like I said at the beginning of this stream, it's more of a test, so I might consider doing more in the future, but for now, as Matthew Corbett once said, bye bye everybody, bye bye.